I sang Shape of You, and like my principal was like vibing to it. And then she heard the lyrics, because I don't know if you know the words, but it's like, I'm in love with the shape of you. I love how your body moves, or something like that. And she was like, whoa, this is not school appropriate, but she didn't stop me. So. I'm Jeffrey Lenh. I am 18 years old from Sacramento, California. I still live in Sacramento, California, and I am a singer, songwriter, and producer. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. So how did you get into singing? What kind of sparked the beginning that made you think, oh yeah, this is what I want to do, sing, songwrite, produce?
I actually started my musical journey by playing piano. And I think I started when I was 12, because I got a keyboard for my birthday from my uncle.
Okay.
And I just went on YouTube and looked up my favorite songs on piano, like the easy versions, and I copied that. And I posted piano covers on my Instagram for like my friends to see. Back when I had like 100 followers. And they were like, oh my God, it's so good. So I think New Year's Eve, I decided I'll try singing. So I posted a cover of Shape of You, like with me playing the piano and singing. It was so bad. It was absolutely terrible, but everyone was like, oh my God, Jeffrey can sing. That's crazy. So that gave me confidence to keep going, even though I was terrible. And yeah, that's how it all started.
I noticed you put out your first single in March 2021. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh,
and I was going to ask, what was that like for you emotionally? Because obviously making your first single is a massive feat. So just give me a little bit of insight as to how that made you feel and what was going on for you at the time.
Well, I posted the first snippet of Just a Little Crush I think it was in March as well. And I just literally came up with that idea in my head at 1 a.m. the night before. And then I put that into a video and it blew up. Like, I got my first viral video ever. And that was insane. And after the response that I got, I worked on producing it. And I have never produced a song before at that time. I took like a class in high school, but that was it. And it was really nerve-wracking. It was really fun making it, because I was like, oh my God, people are going to love this. And then there's also the part of me that was like, what if they don't like it? And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to put it out. I actually released an earlier version of it, like a week before that, a week before the actual release date. And then my dad listened to it and he was like, this isn't very good. So, but I pulled it out of the stores and decided to work on it a little bit more and polish it. And that's the version you guys hear today. So that taught me a really valuable lesson, that the music you put out there is permanent and you really got to take your time to make sure that it's the best version you want it to be. But I've loved the responses I've been getting, and people still listen to it, which is surprising, but yeah, it's really cool.
Very insightful words there. They do say that whatever goes into the internet does live on. So I'm sure people will be listening it for many, many years to come. Could you outline a little bit of the creative process that goes into producing then? Because it's something that I've always been interested in. I'm curious to hear like how it works.
Getting started is so hard for me because there are so many options when it comes to producing. Like, there's literally unlimited amounts of instruments and sounds you can use. But once I get started, it's so much easier. And once I have an idea of what I want to do, it all comes together.
Cool, wonderful. I noticed at the beginning you said your idea stemmed from either a melody or a thought. So I was going to ask, who's the most influential person for you at the moment and why?
Ooh, I don't know how to answer that, because people always ask me if like my love songs are about someone, and they're actually not. Genuinely, like Just a Little Crush was just an idea I had in my head, because I write love songs all the time because I'm just that kind of person.
Okay.
But yeah, they really aren't about anybody. I just try to create relatable songs that people can relate to. I'm actually working on a song that is based on someone, and it is a sad song. So I'm excited to release that one.
When will that be coming out?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, I look forward to hearing them both. I was going to say, every artist has kind of a brand or an aesthetic, if you will, or like a message they want to share ultimately behind all of their music. So I was wondering if, I know you're still early to the industry in a sense, but if you kind of you figured out what yours is, or you're kind of in the process of figuring out what yours is.
Yeah. I am definitely still trying to figure out my sound because some of my older songs, I'm like, this is a little cheesy, but at the same time, I like the cheesy. I don't know. My brand is like the hopeless romantic. I know like every artist is kind of hopeless romantic, but that is kind of my thing because I write songs about being in love, but I've also never been in love. I write songs about situations I wish I were in. And I really hope that my songs are relatable to my listeners because that's the most important thing that I've taken from music. Yeah, just relating to the artist and the lyrics and all that stuff while also sounding good.
Okay. I'm a writer as well as being a
Mm.
YouTuber. And I've never kind of thought about it, but you notice when you creative write that in a lot of your stories, there's always that one scene that you kind of wish you were in, whether it's romantic or successful in some
Oh, yeah.
an interesting way of looking at, I guess, the creative process and imagination. Your next song is called I Don't Know If I'm Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Is there anything you can tell us about that before it comes out?
It is also kind of cheesy. I'm not gonna lie. It's very walking the flowers, walking the park, you know. But I think it is going to be a duet, so I'm working on it with my friend Joanna. She actually came to me with the song, and she originally called it Just Little Crush, and she reached out to me and was like, "Oh my God, you also wrote a song called Just Little Crush around the same time." And I was like, she sent me a demo of it, and I was like, you know what? Let's finish it. So we worked on it together. We changed most of the song. The main theme was like falling in love at the park or that day out in the park. And we kind of just based it around that. And yeah, I'm really excited because the response has been pretty good. People are looking forward to it. That makes me excited and happy.
It's great. Well, all the best of luck with that. I did want to ask, what's it been like for you collaborating with people as you've kind of grown as an artist and as your audience has grown and changed? Because I find, as with the industry now for creatives, there's sort of like sometimes levels to which who you can collaborate with, and the more you produce, the more of you that's out there that people can see, the more likely they are to collaborate. So, and obviously your taste has changed as well over the year that you've been growing. So what's that been like?
Well, I think I don't collab very often because there aren't a lot of people that I meet in person because collabing in person is so much easier than online. But it can be frustrating sometimes because everyone I work with has a time difference. So that's a part of it. But also just working with people that aren't as, because I'm not that experienced with music either, but working with people that don't have a lot of experience like recording and stuff. And, you know, that stuff takes a while and I got to anticipate for that. It's a lot of learning. A lot of things don't go the way you plan, especially when you're collabing with people that don't live near you. So yeah, it's just a learning process and I'm going through it. Like at the start is very exciting and actually going through it is a little more frustrating, but the finished product is definitely worth it. So yeah.
Okay. It's interesting you say that because I interviewed a group who run a podcast not so long ago, and I was discussing with them the fact that I interview people solo, whereas they sort of have a group of people and kind of the pros and cons of working with a group. And a similar idea came up for the producer of the podcast that working with others, your idea can be changed quite a lot, but ultimately he found from his perspective it was better than working on it alone. I guess my final question for you is then what are your hopes for the future? Like what's the goal in 2, 3, 4 years time if you thought that far ahead?
Oh boy. Um, I've actually been watching a lot of live performances from artists. And I'm just like, man, I wish I could do that one day. And just performing live, because a lot of smaller artists, I don't know, have been performing live, like at smaller cafes and stuff. And I just want to do that. I'm itching to perform live. Like, I'm really grateful for the platform that TikTok and Instagram has given me and to meet all these people around the world. I've literally met people from South America and Africa and India, and really cool. But I also want to perform live and hopefully perform around the world. But that is a long ways away. Right now, I'm just focusing on building my fan base and putting my attention towards the fans that I have right now because I don't want to forget the people that have supported me since the beginning. I just want to be the kind of person that is extremely grateful and keeps in mind the people that have supported me since day one. But yeah, I'm just going to keep working, and 2021 has already been an insane year and has changed my life. Hopefully 2022 is even bigger.
That's really touching, and it's lovely to see that you're so grateful for your fans, and I'm sure they'll be really pleased to hear that you appreciate them so much. It's been lovely speaking to you. Thank you so much for your time, and all the best with your musical endeavors. And we look forward to your new single coming out soon.
Thank you for this. Thank you for reaching out. This is the first real interview I've ever done. People ask me questions on Instagram, but this is like the first real interview that's going to be like published. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
No worries, my pleasure.